questions.
Thank you. I'll have more questions for the record on that. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Cantwell, and welcome. We are delighted that you all are here, and congratulations on your nominations. Mr. Kratsios, I know that Senator Lujan asked you about the Quantum Initiative and getting that back in gear. I want you, for the record, just to talk about what you can do in this position as, if confirmed, to really advance quantum. In Tennessee, this is something that's important. Chattanooga and the electric powered board there, they're working to commercialize the first open available, commercially available quantum network. So I'd love to hear that from you.
Yeah, so OCP plays a special role in quantum, and that is the home for the National Quantum Coordination Office, and it is essentially the focal point for the larger interagency on how sort of quantum policy is run for the federal government. I think for me, we have an incredible opportunity before us in this Congress to reauthorize the National Quantum Initiative. I think there's important work to be done on the way that sort of a lot of the very great and vital basic research that's done on quantum is ultimately translated into things that can actually benefit the American people through use cases. The other thing that I think we also need to always...
Test beds for near-term applications.
Yes, test beds are a great opportunity and a place where that translation can happen. I think the closer that we can get sort of commercial operators to the folks who are doing the basic R&D and actually accelerating that lab to market, I think is very important. And I think a lot of the centers have been set up both at NSF and at DOE can serve that opportunity.
Let me ask you about standard setting. This is something Senator Warner and I have talked a good bit about. We're concerned about China's aggression, as whether it's the WRC or whether it is any number of other applications. And we're trying to encourage U.S. leadership in that regard. And is that on your radar? Are you watching that?
It is, yes. I think whenever I think of a comprehensive strategy for an emerging technology, how the U.S. is able to posture globally to be the ones who are the standard setters in the standard setting process is important. In the 2019 executive order, the president called on NIST to drive these types of standard setting initiatives on AI globally. And I think the same important work can and should be done in quantum.
Okay, and hypersonics? You know, in Tennessee, we've got the only place where hypersonics testing can be done. And we know Russia and China, North Korea is over meddling with hypersonic technology. So tell me what you're looking at there.
Yeah, so hypersonics are a critical technology that the DoD and the U.S. must lead on. In the first Trump administration, a very large sort of policy decision was made to refocus a big and significant portion of the research engineering budget towards hypersonics efforts, and I think those continue. And I think it's incumbent on sort of our larger defense tech ecosystem to continue to drive on hypersonics.
Okay, and Mr. Metter, we look forward to seeing you go to the FTC. The BOTS Act is something that was passed in 2016, and the FTC has taken up only one case in the BOTS Act. Enforcement on that is necessary. It's important to our Tennessee entertainers and indeed anybody with a live venue. So have you looked at that issue?
Somewhat, yes, Senator. I think it is incredibly important. I've been active in the ticketing space and ensuring that we have competitive markets that are free from interference by unfair and deceptive practices. And so if confirmed, I look forward to working with the commission and staff to make sure we enforce that law fully.
Okay, and children in the virtual space. We've got some young attendees here today. And of course, protecting children in the virtual space is terribly important. The Kids Online Safety Act, we tried to get that passed. We've done well with it in the Senate. We are working with our friends over in the House who just couldn't seem to get there to protect kids. So I would hope that you will work with us as we try to get this legislation passed and own the books.
Yes, Senator. I care personally very much about this topic, and I would be happy to be a resource and work with your office.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. We appreciate that you all are here. Senator Markey, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, very much. In 1998, I authored the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which is still the only federal privacy legislation to protect young people online. Mr. Medor, in